Hello, and welcome back. I'm Serene the Healer, and this is the Libra series of my love readings for this year. So, what I've decided to do is something new. I'm going to pair each of the signs against the sign of Libra for the season when the sun is in Libra. And I think that these messages will be useful in several different contexts, but specifically, what I'm going to look at is mind, heart, and spirit. Happy Libra season! So, this is going to be the reading for Libra and Aries. So, we just came out of full moon in Pisces, and so now the sun has just shifted into Libra with the Aries moon on the opposite side, right? Libra and Aries, opposites. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card to represent Libra from the Ascended Masters deck. There are male and female masters in here, but my intention is to have this Libra, since it's, representing the sun. Libra's going to be in the masculine doer. Let's make stuff happen placement, where Aries is going to take the feminine, receptive, let's see how things are, creative type of, girly energy. But in relationship, as we know, we can have two female, we can have two male, we can have male and female that don't match their gender. Matching up, I'm just talking about out of the two, who has the more let's do this type of, masculine energy in more areas of the relationship, and who has the more feminine receptive, I'm gonna, take what's brought to me and expand on it and amplify it type of energy. Okay. All right. Oh, we had this one for another side. Okay. So Thoth is going to represent the masculine partner in the relationship, or the more masculine partner in the relationship. And his message is right. All right. So we've got Thoth and Artemis. Artemis is the placeholder for our Aries feminine energy. She's a war goddess, a warrior goddess. So in this relationship, it's possible that the partner who's normally more feminine is taking more of an action role, and that the partner that is normally, not normally, but in the most areas of the relationship takes the more active planner, putting things together type, building something, type of role, is taking more of a receptive position in this span of time that we're looking at for Libra season. Okay, so first we're going to look at the heart-to-heart connection between these two people or two situations. Again, we can look at this as one person who has Libra as their sun sign and Aries as their moon sign. We can look at this as a relationship, a connection between two partners. Or we can even look at this with it being an opposition. This could also be someone's nodes. It could be if you have a Libra North node and an Aries South node, or vice versa. So there are different placements, different ways in which this could actually be a message that lines up with you or resonates with you in a way. I'm really interested to see if anybody notices it in one of those other obscure kind of situations. But I'm kind of expecting it to be more of like a relationship reading. So let's see. I'm really curious to, excited to see how this is going to go. All right. So let's look at love reading. Ooh. That is interesting. So you guys, okay. Well, obviously you're gonna have very different points of view, but there was something that happened recently that affected you both in a way that kind of made you close down a little bit. Something recently that went on between you, a misunderstanding or outside judgment, something. I really feel like, and I don't even really know what that means. I'm hearing outside judgment, like something that somebody else thought or voiced that they thought about you guys' relationship or your union, and it affected you both. It hit you both in a negative way, and you're both kind of trying to work through that separately, privately, instead of coming together and talking about it and being honest about how hard it hit you, and what it made you realize, or what it made you look at differently about one another or about the situation, or something to that effect. Okay. And Aries is looking at it like a challenge that could it could be the defining factor of whether or not you guys stay together. And Libra is looking at it like a situation where you just need to be more mindful, more gentle with each other to pull closer, right? And neither of you is in a place yet to where you feel safe or ready to talk about it or discuss it, but hopefully throughout the progression of this message, we will get something key for each of you that will help you to get to the point to where you're ready so that you guys can talk about it or reconcile it together. All right. So for the mind placement, really, that's 2 5s, you guys. 2 upside down 5s. Um, oh my goodness. That is really interesting. We have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And I'm really getting the feeling that Libra feels like they said something that they shouldn't have. And I feel like for Aries, I don't know, Aries is having a hard time deciding why they are here, why they are holding on to this connection, whether or not they are wanting to stay in. And that's why they see this as, it's like they're kind of looking for an excuse to bail. And with Artemis representing them, it makes me feel like they're really defensive and have been really defensive. Like they came into the whole situation guarded. Or maybe it was just after whatever happened. I do sense that something happened recently that affected you both. And our overall energy is the mansions, the moon mansions, where the moon crosses through Aries, which is the first and the second mansion. Um, and the arc between these is destruction and creation. Destruction and creation. So, someone told me recently that there is a type of tree, it might even be the redwoods, that the way that their seeds are germinated has to do with fire. Like they literally need wildfires in order to get more of that type of tree. I don't know what type of tree it was. That's kind of what it's making me think of. It's like something that thrives on a cycle of destruction and rebuilding. Okay. So, this could be a dynamic where after you have your first fight, you get stronger. After you have your second fight, you understand each other better. After you have, you know what I'm saying? Like the fights are what mark the new chapters of your relationship. But I don't know. I really feel like Aquarius, like I'm sorry, Aries is like really gun shy. Like they are really ready to bail. So let's look at the spirit reading. Ooh. You're both wanting to bring the fun back, but you're both seeing the fun in different aspects of the relationship. Where, Aries is wanting less of the touchy-feeliness, more of the getting out and getting your blood pumping type of, excitement type of fun. And Libra is wanting less of the chaos and the, peopling of the getting out and doing the excitement type of stuff, and wanting more of the intimate, you and I cuddling, making, heart to heart connection, And well, that's how Libra is seeing the heart to heart connection, but Aries is seeing the heart to heart connection in the opposite situation. And I think that Aries would see giving in to that touchy feely part as going against who they are, which is what's making them feel like they need to bail. They're looking at it at a really all or nothing type of like um, situation. And I feel like Libra is being very guarded with their words because because they can sense that um, Aries wants to be there, but they're very close to bailing. Like they enjoy what's fun about the relationship, but they are terrified of having to compromise themselves at all in any way, right? And Libra can sense that, and they're terrified of saying the wrong thing and making this person fail, you know? And so that overall dynamic with the recent whatever it was that happened, misunderstanding, okay, let's look at some blocks. We're going to pull cards to look at the block from the heart to heart connection, the mind to mind connection, and the spirit connection. Okay? Boom. Boom. Bam. Oh my goodness. Okay, spirit. So we got Three of Pentacles as the heart to heart. Block. And I feel like that means that fundamentally you guys don't agree on the point of the relationship. What are you in it for? You know? And I feel like that doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing. Like you could be in a relationship because you want to feel needed, and the other partner is in the relationship because they need to feel like taken care of, right? And so you guys having opposite goals fits together like a puzzle piece, right? So in this situation, it started out something like that. And then something happened recently that made one of you guys shift, and now you're not quite fitting together anymore. Not in the same way. Whew, whew, whew. The Emperor. It's literally giving me Battle of the Backgrounds kind of vibes. It's like one person is coming from a very strict, this is, this is how everything, you step one, step two, step three, this is how it's always done, this is how we've always done it, blah, blah, blah. And then the other person, the Libra person, is coming in with more of a, I follow what spirit tells me to do when spirit tells me to do it, right? So we've got very masculine, linear, wanting it to, make logical sense, step by step energy coming from our Aries partner in the mental space. And we've got the opposite, the creative, flowy, inconsistent, goes all over the place, does what it wants to do energy coming from our Libra sun placement. And the block is you two not wanting to compromise, or you're not wanting to compromise. You're afraid that you're going to have to give up something that's important to you in order for this to work. And I feel like the Emperor card is saying that there are some straight line logic, basic, at the end of the day, this is all that matters types of places where you guys agree that you would be able to actually base things on. So it's like a need to have a mind to mind talk before you guys will be able to establish the safety to have that heart to heart talk. All right, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. For the spirit connection, which makes me think that one of you doesn't believe that you should be together. And if we go along with the storyline, it's probably that Aries with one foot out the door. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys don't work and aren't supposed to be together. It doesn't mean that you're wrong for each other. Just because one of you is sensing that you're not like soul, soulmates or twin souls or anything like that, it doesn't mean that you guys are not compatible and that you guys couldn't be a great match for each other, or that you guys don't have something to learn from each other, or that you don't have something to contribute in some kind of way, right? So I feel like it's very divinely orchestrated. This is a pair that I don't feel like would come together naturally. So whatever it was that attracted you needs to play out in order for you to both get what you were supposed to get from the relationship, be it a forever love or a lesson. We don't know, right? But spirit is in it. Spirit is in it. And it's fear that is blocking you guys. And also there's a need to decide why you're each there. You both need to look at it from a very realistic standpoint and decide, I'm in or I'm out, right? Okay, so if I'm in because what? Blank, right? If I'm out, I'm out. No need to play. No need to try to convince. No need to, force things to keep going, because you literally just make it worse. The more time you spend with someone knowing that they're not it for you and that you don't want, the more damage you do for both hearts, for both spirits, for both auras. The wound, the damage, the injury is, harder to mend. It's deeper. So there's that. But then for those of you who, both of you, right on the dry erase board, I'm in, right? Turn it around and it matches. All right, cool. We're both in. Okay, why? What's the point of it for you? And you need to know that, and your partner needs to know that. I'm here because I need somebody to come home to at the end of the night. I'm here because I need someone to care when I come home at the end of the night. I'm here because and so if you both know that about each other, right? Now the next step is, okay, am I willing to provide that for you? Are you willing to provide that for me? Do we agree on this, right? So if you're looking for someone who loves to cuddle and caress and spend that lounge time on the couch at the end of the night before you go to bed or whatever, right? It has to be something that other person agrees to. Otherwise, you might as well just get you a big, heavy Snuggie, one of those weighted, and just call it a night, right? So that needs to be a mutual understanding. So from that basis, building upwards, as long as you guys agree on that, like, you can coincide. Yes, I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I'm willing to provide this for you if you'll provide that for me, right? I'm willing to hold space here for you for this thing if you'll hold space here for me for this thing. I'm willing to be the doer, getter, provider, go getter, as long as you will be the one who will take the stuff that I bring home and, like, make it, look nice, keep it clean, keep it organized, have it safe where when I come back and I need it, I can use it, whatever those agreements may be, right? So once you have that establishment, that is a basis to where you can build something, right? um I love you is below that. Sorry. In my opinion, I love you is below that. Next comes, why are you here? What do you want to do for me? What are you willing to do for me? What am I willing to do for you? Do these things match up? You can look at love language and see if, it translates to something that works for you in that aspect. But you need some sort of a give and take, some sort of gain, some sort of reason why you're there. I'm here because I feel safe with you and I want you to feel safe with me. Okay. Does this other person care about feeling safe? Because if you're offering something that's of no value to that person, then there's nothing to build on. You're trying to build on sand, you know? So from there, from there, when we have fundamental differences about how we see the world and where we come from and that sort of thing, it can become a place of interest and intrigue and tell me about this, to share stories and to celebrate the differences, as opposed to a place where you're bumping heads and you're fighting all the time. It's like, you can accept that because I have this need is being met, so I can be, amazed and fascinated and surprised by the rest. And then finally, when your spiritual beliefs line up, when the way that you connect with spirit, the frequency with which you connect to spirit lines up, nothing else matters. Legit, nothing else matters. So I am excited for this. I'm excited to see if this is helpful to you, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. If there's a couple out there that's Libra and Aries that feels like this has, resonates and has some value in it for you. If you want to hit me up to go deeper with all of these things, I am down. Yeah. So drop me a like, comment, all the things. I love interacting with you guys and knowing that I'm not just a kid shining my flashlight into this night sky with no return. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.